Monster Hunter Wilds is breaking records, and with good reason. The game is phenomenal. From the variety of monsters to the weather-changing dynamics of its open world, Monster Hunter Wilds is by far the best Monster Hunter game in my opinion. And obviously a lot of people also think the same. Recently on Steam, Monster Hunter Wilds broke 1 million concurrent players. As of recording this video, the 24-hour peak according to SteamDB, is 1,384,608 players playing concurrently on Monster Hunter Wilds. That number is insane. It is the first Capcom game to hit 1 million concurrent players on Steam and has become the 7th most played game ever on Steam. That is an insane record for Monster Hunter, and it just shows how more mainstream the game is becoming. World really put Monster Hunter on the map, and with Wilds being a complete elevation of World, you can see why so many people are picking up the game. However, that doesn't mean it isn't plagued with issues. On PC, Monster Hunter Wilds is a bit poorly optimized. Monster Hunter Wilds currently has mixed reviews on Steam, and most of that is due to the poor optimization of its PC port. However, as someone that's playing it on PS5, I haven't really run into any performance issues when it comes to the game. Supposedly, Xbox is running a bit wonky as well, and from what I've heard, PS5 is definitely the best port of the game. So I am a little disappointed to hear that the game is not running well for everybody, because it is a joy to play. And that seems to be the consensus across the board. If you take out the performance issues, everyone is enjoying the game. This is by far the biggest launch Monster Hunter has ever had for one of its games. And for it to almost hit 1.4 million players concurrently playing on Steam is a crazy stat, because that's not counting PS5 players, that's not counting Xbox players, that is only PC players. To put that into perspective, it has beaten the peak concurrent players of Elden Ring, Hogwarts Legacy, and Baldur's Gate 3. Monster Hunter World's peak concurrent players on Steam was 334,684. So if Monster Hunter Wilds is getting these kind of numbers on just Steam, I'd love to see the concurrent player figures for all platforms, and then to also see the sales numbers, because Monster Hunter World sold over 25 million copies in 6 years. So it's very likely that Monster Hunter Wilds is going to beat that in much less time, and will easily become Capcom's best-selling title ever. And no doubt Capcom will release some kind of expansion like they did with Monster Hunter World when they released Iceborne. They will probably do something similar with Wilds. But before that, they really got to fix that performance, because for a game to sell this well and to be this highly praised, if you take out the performance issues, it has to be their #1 priority to fix those performance issues so that the game can truly shine, because like I said, it's the best Monster Hunter game to date in my opinion. It has a seamless open world, a huge variety of monsters. Classic monsters are back with great changes to spice them up, make them more difficult for those veteran Monster Hunter players. All the weapons feel fantastic, the new combos make it really satisfying, the focus system is a great addition in my opinion to make it more seamless in combat and easier for newer players. Obviously some of these systems make it easier for veteran Monster Hunter players, but I don't think it really hinders the experience that you have with this game. It has stunning vistas, high energy combat, and a phenomenal soundtrack. The battle music for the monsters in this game really elevate the experience, and this is definitely the Monster Hunter game where I felt the most badass. Hunting monsters over and over again to unlock their various weapons and their armor sets never feels tedious or grindy. It all feels dynamic, natural, and a lot of fun. The only thing I found to be lackluster in Monster Hunter Wilds so far is its story. I don't really care for it, I'm not invested in the characters or the overall narrative. The cutscenes look gorgeous, and there's some really cool shots in there, but from a writing standpoint, I couldn't care less. And the story of Monster Hunter Wilds is by far its weakest feature. But if you're a long-time Monster Hunter fan, you know that that's not what we're here for. We're not here for a story. We're here to hunt monsters, craft armor out of their remains, play with other hunters and have fun, and sink our teeth into that high-rank endgame. I love exploring all the different zones in the different seasons, coming across new monsters as I venture through the game, trying to unlock everything. And I, for one, couldn't be happier with Monster Hunter Wilds. But if Capcom don't fix these performance issues for other systems, then these record-breaking numbers won't mean much when players start dropping off. And whilst Monster Hunter Wilds is getting praise for its systems, its features, the gameplay, you can't deny that performance issues are going to really affect the sales of this game. I already know a couple of friends that aren't going to pick up the game just yet because they want to buy it on PC, but they don't want to play it with these performance issues. Capcom released a benchmark test for Monster Hunter Wilds. I personally ran that, and I was getting around 40 to 50 FPS at medium graphic settings. My PC is by no means a bad PC. I ran Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 at the highest settings, and that game ran so smoothly. So I was a little disappointed to run this benchmark test to play the open betas on PC and for it to run as badly as it did. I will also say some people aren't having performance issues. It could come down to what hardware you have on your PC, whether you've updated your graphics drivers, whether you're using DLSS on Nvidia cards, using frame generation just to hit 60 FPS. There are a lot of variables, but for the game to have mixed Steam reviews, the issues obviously aren't as small as, oh, it's just because people have bad PCs. The game is quite clearly poorly optimized across quite a few systems. For example, Luke Stevens, another YouTuber whose opinion I actually value a lot. He's a great YouTuber, you should go check him out if you haven't. He stated in his review of the game that he was having performance issues on PC and he's got a 4090. That's a $1,500 card in USD. A game as highly anticipated as Monster Hunter Wilds from a studio as big as Capcom shouldn't run like this on launch. And it just shows how much of a breath of fresh air Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 was for it to run so well. Even a month before release, reviewers were saying how smooth it runs on PC. So Capcom really need to hone in on the performance issues on the various systems as soon as possible, because the longer that people are dealing with these performance issues, the longer that they're going to potentially lose interest, which would be a massive shame because the appeal that Monster Hunter Wilds has had on a much wider audience will really help the franchise in the long run. So if new players jump in and the game isn't running as well as it should, those new players that could have become massive fans of the Monster Hunter games will have a bad taste left in their mouths because they were encountering frame drops, they were encountering graphical glitches, whatever it might be. And when a game is this good, I want to see it succeed. I want to see it be played by as many people as possible, because the better a game does, the more it sells, the more money that can be poured into the next game and improvements can be made. Hopefully, sometimes it doesn't go as planned. But when Monster Hunter Wilds runs smoothly, I couldn't recommend this game enough. I've sunk about 20 hours into the game already. I'm really enjoying it. There's tons of content in this game, tons of replayability, and I think Capcom have really struck gold with the formula for Monster Hunter Wilds. I think it's a great balance for new and old players with the systems it's introduced, the systems it's enhanced from previous games, the mount, the focus mode, everything here is really, really solid. But like I said, the only two things that are letting this game down are its performance and its story. But for now, it doesn't look like that's going to be an issue. As of recording this video right now, there are 860,000 players playing Monster Hunter Wilds right now on Steam. It is breaking records, and long as it's running smoothly, people are enjoying their time with the game. And Monster Hunter Wilds was a great way to book off February, which was a huge month for game releases. And I think we can safely say that the top two games of February were Kingdom Come Deliverance 2 and Monster Hunter Wilds. And these two games are definitely Game of the Year contenders. Both games have broken records, both games have a huge mass appeal, and both games have developed and enhanced systems from previous games in their franchises. So long as that infamous GTA 6 doesn't come out, I think it's going to be a very tough year to decide on what will be Game of the Year. Monster Hunter Wilds has been a very enjoyable experience for me, but I want to hear what you guys think of Monster Hunter Wilds so far. Have you played it yet? Which system are you playing it on? Have you had performance issues? Let me know in the comments down below. Like the video if you enjoyed it. Subscribe for more Monster Hunter Wilds content. We're going to be doing a few more videos on this game. There's already plans for new content to come out very soon, and the replayability of Monster Hunter games is pretty endless. So subscribe if you want to see more videos on Monster Hunter Wilds. Become a member today if you want to support me in another way. We get early access videos and live streams. And thank you so much for watching this, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye!